It kind of was sexy though. And I want to touch your knot. I like my meat moist. With an energetic intro because what is today? Hold your tits because we're going out together and I'm super excited. We actually have to go back to the old place because my fiance has been Amazoning so much stuff to the old place. This has been something you guys have been asking for a really long time and I feel like I keep updating you guys, but it's not even an update because it's really just not an update. I don't know what's going on. Personally, everyone's like, you guys have been engaged for way too long. When's your wedding? And like, same sis. Honestly, low-key, if it were just up to me, I don't think I want a wedding anymore, but here's the thing, it's not just up to me. It's up to our family, it's up to him, it's up to just so many people are involved. So I know you guys are constantly gonna ask and I feel like I can't even talk about anything wedding related without everyone being like, well, when's your wedding date? I'll let you guys know when there's an actual update. I'm not keeping anything from you guys. There just really isn't an update. I was reading online because I don't know why. I don't want a wedding, but I'm still curious about like wedding details and stuff. I'm falling into the trap of, okay, if we don't have a wedding, does that mean it's bad luck? So I started Googling all of these things like, okay, what's bad luck for a wedding? And there's actually a forum of wedding photographers and videographers to show you how they think most weddings fail. Like they'll literally videograph usually at the wedding as they're recording because they're recording like the groom when he's getting ready, the bride when he's getting ready, the process of the wedding, the actual wedding, and he's seeing like all the behind the like scenes stuff. They can usually tell when a wedding, like a marriage is gonna fail based on the wedding. And so the number one thing everybody said was cake smashing. So I don't know where that tradition came from, but apparently it's a tradition to smash cake. So you cut your wedding cake together, the first slice, and then you're supposed to feed each other a piece. But I think in America, it's tradition to smear cake on the other person's face, right? But it's kind of an older tradition, so not a lot of people do it anymore. And they said the number one thing is usually when they see couples smashing cake on each other's face, unless both of them are dying laughing, usually it's like 90% divorce rate. But it's like so crazy that something so simple, you know? But they say it has to do with the fact that like usually they've talked about, discussed, hey, I don't want this, hey, I don't want this, and then they'll just like ruin their entire dress, their face, you know? It's usually like when the guy smears it on the girl. I would be so pissed if I paid for a freaking makeup person, a beauty guru to come and do my face, my dress is nice, and my hair is did, and you smear some vanilla cake on my face? Oh my god, Biss, the wedding is over. Don't you guys think? Okay, it's one thing if you guys both agreed, like, okay, we're gonna do the cake smashing, but I would totally tell someone no cake smashing. Do you think that's weird?
What, no cake smashing?
No, just like, isn't that a weird thing that people notice? But then there was another, like, I think he lives in North Carolina. He said there's one wedding venue that videographers and photographers, it's infamous in this town because out of all of like the industry professionals, it has 100% divorce rate. It's just a venue. They're saying it's like haunted. There's like a bad omen with that venue. I mean, it's in North Carolina.
Can we go there?
It's like a beautiful venue. But everyone who's worked that wedding, like any wedding there, they say it almost always leads to 100% divorce rate.
On sale right now.
I'm sure it's like really affordable too right now. After like talking to more and more people my age, most girls my age don't really want to have a wedding. You guys leave it in the comments because like even a couple days ago I met a friend, or well, I just made a friend, right? And she was talking about how like if it were up to her, like she would just go elope in a courthouse. She's like really not into weddings. And it's so weird how like everybody's slowly just like going away from weddings, but then like our parents are just like literally just driving the truck into the wedding venue right now. And we just postmated some Popeyes. Speaking of Popeyes, it's a little bit weird because this apartment, I think I overall have views to like 5 different pools, and so I'm just like sitting here on the weekends watching these girls in bikinis just strut their stuff, which yes, I can visibly see, and like I'm laying in bed postmating Popeyes. I feel like a motherfucking scientist. I can't show you guys the full background right now because it is tax season. My fiance has been super busy and our entire living room has become a paper shit show mountain, right? So they all walk like this in pools. I don't know why, and I am positive that I do this too. They have their hair tied because they don't want to get their hair wet. Their makeup is done, and they just keep going like this. Like every pool. Why are we doing the things with the arms? And then I'm thinking like, wait, do I do that too? And I low-key want to go to the pool today just to find out. But seriously, they all walk around like that.
What do guys do?
Guys, they're usually swimming inside. Or they're trying to like dry hump a girl.
What?
Yeah, I mean like their girlfriend girlfriend, not like strangers, you know? No, like, you usually see the girls like holding onto the necks of the... He's like this. Where? You guys walk like that through pool? We just finished filming the mukbang, but let me show you guys the messiest bedroom and a quick little outfit of the day. I'm just wearing this super cute yellow jumpsuit that I got. Is my light off? Yes, it is. I just think it's like perfect for today's Sunday shopping, Sunday fun day, bis. We're going to the Americana. Gotta bring a light jacket. And just like that, we made it to the Americana and we found some charging. It's so freaking busy today. Fiancé just went to the bathroom and he came outside and I'm waiting around in public and there's so many people and he goes, good thing you're wearing such a bright color because I could spot you from a mile away. You know it's summer when beach bags be making a new reappearance. These are kind of cute. For some reason, I can't find anything. I know I'm a little bit late to this trend, but my next thing that I want so badly is a pair of white little ankle booties. If you guys know a good place or if you guys have a pair and they're super comfortable, leave it in the comments. So we came inside of Lululemon because I heard that this is one of the better Lululemons in the area. The one in Beverly Hills sucks ass. But mainly my fiance, surprisingly, out of both of us, he's always the one that finds good stuff. We're just in the men's section. These are really cute. They're like kind of like a meshy looking dress pant. Do you have a trend, sir? Do you really like a certain color, sir? Yeah. And they have seats, so for the first time I guess I'm just waiting. I feel like we just watched a movie and got out because it literally just, the sun has completely set. YouTubers be like, oh my god, my city is haunted. My mall is haunted. Also some shit that I would do, so I'm not even trying to front right now. Okay, that was really creepy. As I was twerking... Do you really have to drink water like that? That was the most seductive water drinking I've ever heard in my life. So as we were exiting the elevator and I was twerking, we saw on our right that they had like a bunch of candles, a bunch of flowers off, and it was coned off in a section of the parking lot. And on a little piece of cardboard it says, may like rest in peace or whatever. So I'm thinking maybe something happened here. So this is kind of what we saw. It's like coned off. There's like a bunch of flowers and balloons over there. I'm gonna bleep out his name because over there when you stop by and like you look at the flowers and you look at it, there's a piece of paper, not a piece of paper, but writing that says like, may blank rest in peace. But according to all the articles, the police are withholding his name because he's actually underage. So what happened was about a week ago, a 17-year-old boy or man, or yeah, so a 17-year-old boy, he jumped off of the balcony of that floor that we were just on, the 7th floor, and he actually fell on top of a dad who was shopping with his 2 kids. I think they were like 11 and 7 or something at the time. The dad is fine. The 17-year-old who ended up jumping from the 7th floor, he ended up in the hospital and passing away from his injuries. I swear to God, I feel like that mom. Every time we go to a grocery store, somehow you pull some trickery, tomfoolery on me, and you've got beef jerky, you've got some snacks, you've got crackers in the car with you, and I'm like, how did you even get that?
I didn't even buy it.
No, the weirdest thing is, in the beginning, when we first started dating and coming to grocery stores, you would literally have to ask me for every little thing. Hey, honey, where's the jerky? Hey, honey, where's this? Where's that? Now you just finesse it into the cart and I don't even see it?
What are you talking about? I thought you bought it.
Bitch, I don't even like beef jerky like that. I like my meat moist and hydrated. Because she is thirsty sister.
Try this.
Wow, it's really moist. Whole Foods that I've never seen before that I wanted to show with you guys before I decide to put them away. This is the first thing that I got, which is croissant toast. I'm gonna show you guys more tomorrow when I do like a make breakfast with me. Maybe I'll do like a little clip of that. But it literally is flaky croissant on the outside. It just looks like croissant, but like a giant version that's been cut into slices. This looks amazing.
Sounds pretty smart.
Right?
I like that.
Don't you like that? And he loves croissant and I love regular toast, so this might be how we maintain our relationship, okay? And then we got some of this blueberry bran muffins. They look ginormous, they look really brandy, they look really unhealthy. Or no, they look really healthy. The croissant toast looks unhealthy. Bag of brown grapes, because he doesn't like the red grapes or the muscat grapes. We got uncured ham. My fiance literally suggested on the drive home that we open this baby up and eat some ham, and I was like, you are disgusting. And then we got some tomatoes. I have a thing for tomatoes. We got some raspberries. Don't ask me why, but this is my favorite brand of cream cheese, and it's vegan. Kite Hill cream cheese destroys a Philadelphia chive cream cheese. This is the jalapeno one. I don't like the chive one as much from Kite Hill, but this is the best cream cheese of my life. And then we have my fiance's gourmet rugula. Is that rugula? It's not even arugula, it's rugula. It's a cinnamon walnut. This was $6.20. I tried to talk him out of it and it didn't work, so he's so excited for it. Bags of avocados. My favorite cereal recently has been the 365 cacao rice crisp. They literally taste like Rice Krispies. We've got my favorite muscat grapes. We've got his favorite Noosa yogurts. These are Australian yogurts. I started eating these like years ago when I started working at Whole Foods. Never stopped.
Honey,
and then we got some of the CGs.
This tastes exactly like how it looks.
Hazelnut coffee creamer, because I'm a creamer asshole now, and a lot of nipples. Bag full of nipples. This is what happens when you don't have time to do the dishes after a mukbang. As you can see, we did a fountain video, so I mean, I think I'm gonna just play some Netflix and do this for the next 30 minutes and put these away. So speed, grocery, pile up in 3, 2, 1. Night's dinner after doing all the dishes. Officially somewhat clean. We have a chicken burrito bowl, another chicken burrito bowl. We always get like the same thing pretty much every single time. We've got the kids menu, and I guess because it's closing time, they decided to just throw it all in. They gave us a full-size bag of chips. Usually it's like the tiny kids menu. We've got the apple juice, and also I guess 2 burrito bowls and a kids menu means that you are feeding 6 people, honey.
6 people.
And they also threw in a big adult-sized chips instead of a kid-size, so we got lucky, boo. Wait, holy shit, did I not tell you guys what's good was poppin'? I broke you, bits. Okay, now it's a little too clear. I have a pimple on my chin and I don't know why it won't go away, and this lighting is shit, but you know what? We are about to do an impromptu Lululemon haul. None of this is mine. All of this is my fiance's, and this was so needed. I don't even know how to explain to you guys how much he needed new clothes. Out of this world, so extreme. Like the clothes he was wearing, I don't know if you guys remember the vlog, is at the old place. I think like a week before we moved from the old place, but I completely ripped his shirt in half. Like that is how old his clothes were. Like I'm talking like what, 9 years old, and so my fingers would just poke on through the, like he had all of like his suits, like his nice like work clothes, he had all of that, but he didn't really have like any everyday clothes because you literally just cannot go out like looking all fancy every single day. And so it was just 10-year-old shirts that were just ripping at the seams. I mean, literally it kind of was sexy though. It kind of was sexy that I could just rip it all apart. I was laying in bed, right? I see the guy out on his balcony over there, and this was like one of the first couple of days that I had moved in, and so I'm thinking, okay, like this is really alarming. I didn't know that I could visibly see like his hands, like I could literally see what his arms were doing, everything, all of that, the whole 9 yards. So I grabbed my iPad because it was laying on the bed next to me, and he was facing me. So he has like, he's a super fancy corner unit, like he has like an L-shaped balcony or whatever, right? And so he's on the balcony facing me, and the other balcony I can't really see, okay? And so for some reason, something in me was telling me that he was looking at me. But then in my head, I was like, okay, Stephanie, you are so paranoid, you're so crazy, he probably can't even see you, right? So I grab my iPad, I turn on the camera, and I zoom. I see him, right? And I have my iPad like this, like literally Korean ajumaing that shit, like laying in bed like this with the iPad going like this, right? And I see him on his balcony and he's on his phone, like holding it right there, right? And I just kind of like look at the iPad, and 2 seconds later, he puts his phone down and walks away from the balcony. Do you think that he had zoomed in on me on his phone?
Creepy, okay?
Because it literally was immediate. It wasn't like, oh, a minute later. It was like me adjusting the fact in my brain that I saw him through my iPad. I don't know what he was looking at on his phone. To be fair though, the way that his phone was positioned wasn't like the zoom position. It was like him with his arms out on the balcony like this, like casually texting if you are so rich that you don't care if your phone falls out, you know? Like, who does that? That in itself is alarming. That guy's a serial killer. I know it. Because he didn't even have a pop socket. He didn't even have a pop socket.
Maybe he has Apple Care.
Oh. I don't know if you guys saw the B-roll of the fountains. At one point in the middle of the song, so every hour the Grove and the Americana, they do like music, like Bellagio fountains, like music orchestrated fountain, right? There was like popping noises. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm,
It was randomly in the middle,
yeah.
and I was so alarmed. I was like, did someone just shoot? Like, yeah, no, it was scary. I know it's like dramatic. I didn't 100% believe it. I'm sure if I 100% felt that like, oh my God, like shots were fired, I would not have continued the B-roll. You would have seen me walking through the fountain, like running through the, like whatever. You would have seen me dip the F out of there. You would have, you know.
Into the fountain.
Not here, bits, okay? But like something in me, like I froze for a second, and I was like, oh, okay, like maybe I heard something weird, right? And then it happened again, and I was like still, and I was like trying to take context cues. Huh?
You weren't looking
And then I was like, oh, maybe it's the fountain. And then I looked at it and then realized that the effects were going with it. And I was like, do you know what? These days, you really shouldn't do that in public places. You really should not set off these noises. Like in songs, it's like a new petition that in songs you can't use police sirens anymore. Because when they play it on the radio and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it went through. I think there was a small petition for a little bit. I don't know if it happened. So he got a bunch of stuff from Lululemon. Holy shit. So he got these pair of like white ABC jeans.
White.
Not jeans, not white. Not white, not jeans. These are ABC's slim fit, just like jogger, but like kind of a little bit dressier. Lululemon is really trying to do this thing where they turn jogger material into pants that you can like respectably wear to like places.
Thank you so much. For me, number 1, fit. Number 2, material. And that's it.
I know what you mean. This is probably the most obnoxious purchase I've ever seen. I almost judged him for it. If he did not spend, okay, if this guy spent a lot of money on clothes, I would shit on him. But because he almost never spends money on clothes and he takes really good care of his clothes and he wears clothes for a really long time. Like, he's not like me. Like, I'm the type where I like more like fast clothes, you know, like trends. But he wears it, like I said, for like 10 years, right? These are $60 white tees. When I saw the price tag, I was like, you do you, boo. I'm walking out of here. He put it on. It's a white tee. He comes out and he goes, I like it. I'm gonna buy 2. And I go, oh, okay. The material is very like air wicky. Like it doesn't feel like you're gonna, it doesn't feel like it'll get weird in the washer. It also feels like very airy, like you won't get too sweaty, which is big for him. He likes clothes that you can breathe in. We sound like we know what we're talking about. And then he got 2 jackets. That's pretty much where most of the money of the spending went, but he got this blue jacket. It's kind of like your very casual, but also very well fit. That's a pocket on the boob. I wish girls' jackets had pockets on the boob because then I would stuff them, you know? This is the blue version, really cute. You look like Steve Jobs. And then he got this like grayish white version, really cute, really matches the car. You're gonna look so cheesy walking out the car in this now. But I really like this one because you look like an astronaut and I want to touch your knot. You can take me to space. I think that's gonna be it for today's vlog because tomorrow I have to wake up earlier. I have an appointment in Culver City. It's about to be another shit show of a day tomorrow. I'm so sorry about all the shit shows that are happening, but in about a week I'm going to Korea, so I'm just trying to get everything done literally because I only have a week left and suddenly I'm starting to get anxiety. So today's comment of the day goes to Heidi Mercado, and she says, yeah, Heidi Mercado, and she said, I did the cheese corn dog today, and let me tell you something, that was delicious. 100 out of 100 recommended. Love you, biz. Literally, like, it's all in caps, and it's like, I did the cheese Korean corn dog today. And I almost farted from doing that. I love you, Heidi, and I love all of you guys, wonderful, beautiful fanny packers, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.